How did Lil Meech blow through the 5 mil that he made off BMF? They said that boy was buying every chrome hot made to man.
You know, with 50, and if you know 50 or you've been around 50, everything is loyalty with 50. If you're loyal to him, he's loyal to you. And like Meech said, he'll take the shirt off his back for you, and he's helped
because
so
he's
many
a cancer.
And he'll help so many people in the industry that he never talks about. He's gave so many people money behind the scenes. So when people switch sides like that, there is no off with him.
So Lil Meech is out here spiraling and looking for revenge since 50 Cent cut him off and put Big Meech on blast for allegedly snitching. Now, when this drama first kicked off last month, Lil Meech was playing both sides, and he actually texted 50 claiming he was still loyal to him, despite his dad linking up with Rick Ross. But that loyalty didn't last for too long, and the next thing we know, Lil Meech posted photos chilling not only with Ross, but also Floyd Mayweather, two of 50's biggest ops. But here's where it gets messy. The streets are saying that Lil Meech just flipped on Ross too. Turns out that Ross was never really trying to help Big Meech like he made it seem. He was just using his name for clout and taking shots at 50. So now that the hype is dying down, Lil Meech and his dad are realizing they got played. But it looks like fans don't have a lot of sympathy for Lil Meech, and they're saying he fumbled the biggest blessing by turning on the man who put him on. See, 50 Cent gave Lil Meech his first real shot, paid for his acting lessons for 2 years, and gave him the starring role in BMF. But instead of stacking the money he earned from the show, Meech allegedly blew through it all. In fact, sources are saying he spent $5 million in just 3 years. And the worst part is that he didn't even invest in anything or put something aside for Big Meech's release. Instead, Lil Meech allegedly blew all that money on clothes, jewelry, and to support his rumored addiction to whippets, or laughing gas.
From what I've seen, because I remember when Lil Meech was rapping, nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this money.
So now that the money is running low, Lil Meech is spiraling and blaming everybody but himself for fumbling the opportunity of a lifetime. But did 50 Cent take it too far with Lil Meech, or did he do the right thing by cutting him off? And how do Lil Meech and his dad feel about Rick Ross now? Let's break it down.
He was able to do it because, you know, like financially, I was supporting the idea, and I believe he could do it. He had moved to California with acting coaches, and his dad didn't know that he was actually doing that.
So in case you missed it, Lil Meech and his pops Big Meech recently linked up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather in Miami, and the internet was having a field day. Fans were clowning the Flannerys and saying Ross is just using them for clout. Lil Meech even posted photos flexing with Ross and Floyd at Lucky Strike. And if that wasn't bad enough, he threw some slick shade at 50 Cent with a caption that read, "Real power." But you already know 50 Cent wasn't about to let that slide. He fired back instantly, posting a clip of Lil Meech talking to Ross and clowning them for supposedly sending Big Meech a Wingstop care package. 50 wrote, he said, "Yo, tell your pops I'ma look out. What's the address? I'ma send him some wings over there." Now, if you've been keeping up, you know this all started when Big Meech got out of prison after serving 20 plus years and immediately linked up with Rick Ross. That's when 50 went in full savage mode, pushing the narrative that Big Meech is a snitch. Meech, however, clapped back with a video saying he's never told on anyone in his life and would rather die than snitch.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
But 50 wasn't letting up, and he even claimed to have official court documents proving that Big Meech was involved in third-party cooperation with Tammy Collins, an ex-affiliate turned alleged federal informant. But 50 wasn't just coming for Big Meech. He also turned on Big Meech's son, Lil Meech, the star of 50's hit show, BMF. Now, when 50 first started airing out Big Meech over those snitching allegations, Lil Meech peeped that 50 had unfollowed him on IG. So he hit him up trying to clear the air, saying the drama wasn't his problem and claiming he had no real love for Rick Ross. Lil Meech wrote, "F Ross," and he also swore his loyalty to 50, saying, "I would take my shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you." Yeah, well, that loyalty didn't last long. When 50 didn't match the energy and hinted that Lil Meech might be getting booted from BMF, Lil Meech flipped the script real quick, and the next thing you know, he's in Miami turning up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. And then just Just days later, Lil Meech posted a photo of him and Big Meech chilling with Floyd, and he only captioned it with a shushing face emoji, seemingly hinting that something big was in the works. But here's where things get real messy. Turns out that all that "I'm loyal to 50" talk from Lil Meech was just damage control after 50 cut off his main money stream. So allegedly, Lil Meech burned through his entire BMF bag in just a few years. But instead of flipping that money or making some smart investments, he supposedly blew millions on designer fits, jewelry, and a rap star lifestyle. This man was even flexing on social media in custom chrome hearts jeans and bragging about dropping $2 million on an iced out watch.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3, just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this on. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is it gonna cost?
$2 million.
Lil Meech apparently burned through $5 million in just 3 years, blowing it on cars, designer fits, and jewelry with zero investments to show for it. And according to Tony Yayo, Meech was also out here acting entitled, even telling people like Lil Baby that they should break Big Meech off with some cash. Basically, Lil Meech was acting like people owed him money. But the craziest part, Yayo claims he was out here begging for handouts while dropping $100K on jeans.
The show was successful, 3 seasons in. Lil Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist. Like you said, there was a Richard Mille watch, which he got, you know, almost arrested over.
You see it yourself.
There
it was
all
shit.
All the clothes.
Yeah, it's.
I'm seeing Go-Yard luggage.
Yeah,
like, this is shit that I afforded later on in life.
Come on, man. Oh, and then you in Atlanta at that indulging spending money. Like you see a motherfucker with 100,000 poking out his pocket. He's doing 40, 50,000 in the club. That's what you around. You gonna spend money. Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000? Shout to Chrome heart, you know what I'm saying? But you know me, I get some Chrome hearts, I'm gonna wear them for at least 2 weeks. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Cause what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Lil Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would've never, I wouldn't even have mentioned like that in front of niggas anyway. That's just me.
What's crazy is that Lil Meech himself admitted that before he met 50 Cent, he was completely lost, had no plan, no direction, no nothing. But 50 saw something in him, took him under his wing, and even paid for his acting classes for 2 years when he could have easily cast a real actor with experience who wouldn't be a liability.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, like a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was coming from the...
Now you'd think that after 50 Cent put him on and changed his life, Lil Meech would be moving smart to make sure he didn't fumble the bag. But it's like he really thought the money would never stop flowing and someone would always be there to fund his lifestyle. But here's where it gets even crazier. 50 just aired out another bombshell, claiming that Big Meech was jealous of his bond with Lil Meech because 50 was a better father figure to him than Big Meech ever was. So according to 50, Lil Meech was showing up to the BMF set high, and it was 50 who stepped in to help him get clean. insane. Not only that, but 50 even paid for his rehab after finding out Meech was allegedly hooked on whippets, aka nitrous oxide or laughing gas. 50 wrote in a since-deleted post, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him to do drugs. He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Hornsby PT was high AF on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, what the F is whippets? I look and it's this ish that BMBB got. But is there any real proof that Lil Meech is addicted to nitrous, or is 50 Cent just being petty and stirring up drama? Well, it turns out that 50 wasn't just talking, because several industry insiders who used to be around Lil Meech hinted that his substance issues are no secret. One of them is underground rapper Brick Baby, who recently told DJ Vlad that Lil Meech is definitely an addict. And he also called Meech out for blowing through his entire BMF bag without looking out for Big Meech or making any real plans to secure his future.
Yeah, and his son got got it.
Right. Yeah, 50 said he put him in rehab.
Yeah, his son got it.
Look, man, the fact
I kicked it with Lil Meech, and you know he getting money and all that now, but this is like my unc's son. Like this is Big Meech, a dude that I was up under when I was 17. Just like the lean heroin, the opiate. You got to think that wasn't in when Big Meech left. So you look at it, he looking down at. So at the end of the day, I feel like Meech came home and felt like his son was a failure as far as what was going on.
A failure?
He's broke.
That's crazy.
You're broke. No, hold on. You're broke after $5 million and you got to have it in the clothes habit, but you don't got nothing saved up, and you Big Meech son, you haven't found a way to run it up and take our name. And you got to think what I'm saying as a failure, not a failure like, oh, but as far as you were in position to keep the name going, and your $5 million went to you doing what? So now I come home and I'm looking for help from everybody else, but I put you guys in position in order to do something with my name and put some money up for the family.
So fast forward to now, and sources close to Lil Meech are saying he's freaking out after realizing he fumbled the biggest bag of his life. And apparently he's furious at Rick Ross for using his dad for clout and never actually trying to help him. But at the same time, a lot of fans are saying Lil Meech has no one to blame but himself. Now 50 Cent may have gone too far with the snitching accusations and all those petty posts, but at the end of the day, he gave Lil Meech the opportunity of a lifetime. He literally handed him a starring role in BMF and helped him earn millions. And instead of flipping that money and securing his future, Lil Meech blew it all on clothes, cars, and jewelry. So now with the money drying up and no solid investments to fall back on, he's reportedly scrambling to figure out his next move. And the irony is that Lil Meech linked up with Ross just to spite 50, thinking Ross would have his back, only to realize Rose was just using the situation to get under 50's skin. So now Lil Meech is back at square one. So what's your take on this whole situation? Do you feel bad for Lil Meech, or did he bring this on himself? Should 50 Cent have cut him off, or was he too harsh? And do you think Meech can bounce back from this, or is he done? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't miss out on this next video.